Hello viewers, this is VASISTA Academy. I am Dr. Venugopal, Professor. In this video, another important topic in soft skills, that is positive thought mechanism. What is positive thought mechanism? Many psychologists say that attitude is everything in life, and in the same way, positive thought mechanism is all in our life. So everything, our life depends upon this positive thought mechanism. People will have different types of thinking styles. Some people have always negative thoughts, some people have positive thoughts. But positive thought mechanism is slightly different from this. Here, we can say that positive thought mechanism is nothing but let us hope for the best. Let us have the enjoyment of life. Let's have the peace and bliss in our life. How and in what way? We must, as human being, we must achieve something great, some goal, some aspiration. So, a positive thinking mechanism always installs such type of great spirit, intellectual spirit, challenging spirit in the mind of a good positive thinker, an intellectual, we can say. So let us achieve something great. Let us achieve. We must form one goal, and we must be able to achieve that goal. Come what may, happen what may. We must be ready to face all the hurdles. We should not be yielded to any kind of hurdle in our life. Strong determination, that is called. He will have that strong determination in his mind. So such type of mental frame he will be formed. So you will have the self-confidence. The second important fact is that he will have the self-confidence. That means he believes in himself. Yes, I have the capacity. I will definitely achieve this. I have the ability, capability, and I will achieve this. I shall definitely strive hard for this. He thinks like that. And the third important element is that you will be blessed with or endowed with motivation. What kind of motivation? Not an outer motivation, ordinary motivation, but an inner motivation. Or we can say, correct expression is intrinsic motivation. Outer motivation is transitory. It may come and it may go, lasting for a few hours, a few days, and it will be going out. Whereas the inner motivation or intrinsic motivation will be lasting forever. It is rooted deep in our mind. So that intrinsic motivation means self-motivation. Not motivated by others, not motivated by teachers, friends, or counselors. That is an innate one. See, it is a really great boon in our human life. Only a few people, countable on fingers, will be blessed with this type of innate, inner, what is called that intrinsic motivation. It cannot be wiped out unless he is successful in his target. He can't sleep at all. So that inner motivation, intrinsic motivation, rooted very deep in his mind and soul, that's very important. So this is positive thought mechanism. And we shall take some illustration from student life and employee's career. In student life, suppose a student is mediocre. He doesn't feel depressed or frustrated, though he gets only an average marks, though he understands only a little in the subject. He doesn't feel depressed or disappointed or frustrated. Even if other people discourage him, oh, you have got only this much mark, oh, average mark. Even if they make such type of negative remark, comments, pass on comment, he doesn't feel depressed, discouraged. Because in his intrinsic motivation, because that is rooted very deep in his mind, he has the exuberance of the spirit, challenging spirit to achieve something great. Let us try and try. When he will make a comparison with the great achievers, when that boy has got an extraordinary result, when he has attained to that great talent, why can't I too? Because Swami Vivekananda says what all the teacher can do is only to extract the best out of the student has that innate quality, everybody is blessed with intelligence, talent, innate talent, everything. Everybody is intelligent. Nobody is fool. Every God has blessed each and every human being with intelligence, talent. Innate talent will be there, and teachers' only duty is to extract that talent, the best out of the student. That's what Swami Vivekananda says. So he's that type of a student. And I have seen in my professional teaching profession, in my career, I have seen number of students who are mediocres at the very outset, in the beginning, in the 10th or intermediate plus 2 course, or even up to graduation. Afterwards, they rose to an occasion. So that intelligence, is just like an enlightenment. All great philosophers and Vedic philosophers say when and how the enlightenment comes. They said enlightenment may happen at any time, sometimes just in a moment. In the same way, intelligence too. So the emergence of intelligence, wisdom, talent, innate talent will emerge some day or the other when he is striving hard, working hard, continuously, with strong self confidence and belief. When he is working hard and hard, someday or the other, he will be definitely successful in his life. So there are so many people who started their educational career with just as mediocre, means average student, and rose to an occasion, all of a sudden, top rankers in the university level, in the professional courses. So that is the influence, the impact of the intrinsic motivation. The optimist, the positive thinking process or positive thinking mechanism will pay for that. Will give they pay the way for this kind of intrinsic motivation. They are closely associated, we can say. Same is the case with an employee, also a worker in some organization. Though he has not been coping up, unable to survive in his profession in the beginning, yet out of his innate talent and intrinsic motivation, by some way or the other, by hook or by crook, at least with the help of some other people, because that determination is rooted very deep in his mind, that mechanism is rooted very deep in his soul, in his aspiration. Automatically, that itself will make him become successful in his job, career also. Let us take some examples, some illustrations from our great achievers. Thomas Alva Edison, for example, the scientist who invented this bulb, he wanted to provide light to the people in the night time. Let us invent some bulb which gives light to the people in the darkness. He tried his best. Number of times he failed. He became a failure. Yet there is a strong determination. Positive thinking mechanism is rooted very deep in his mind. Though his own servant, his own lab assistant discouraged him, he did not feel depressed. He did not feel frustrated or depressed. With the same positive thought mechanism associated with this intrinsic motivation, he survived well. He tried a number of times. The writers have written that he attempted for this achievement for more than 100 times. Anyway, whether it is 10 times or 100 times, whatever it is, anyway, finally, he has become successful until and unless the target is reached, is achieved. He did not sleep at all. You take another example for the actual positive thought mechanism of G.R.D. Tata, the founder of Tata Industries. He, during his 45 years or so, more than 40, more or less 45 years, resigned as the managing director. He did not face even one labor problem, conflict, or any clash, or any strike, any kind of agitation. See, problems are there, predicaments are there, issues are there with the labor in the industry. But with his thought, positive thought mechanism, he invited all the problems and positively he thought over and sorted out, because there is a deep rooted determination that we must establish a beautiful human relationship with our fellow being, with our workers, because it is through the workers that will have to deliver the goods. He thought like that, and he has become, actually speaking, in our Indian industry, he is a number one industrialist who did not face even a single labor problem, agitation, strike, garao, dharna, anything of that sort. To give another illustration of Akbar the Great, the king who ruled over this country, was uneducated. Not uneducated, he is just illiterate. He did not, he could not read and write even. But he became the king, great ruler. He became the great, Akbar the Great, meaning the great ruler of this country, because of his intrinsic motivation associated with this positive thought mechanism. We can achieve this. We can forge ahead very well, provided that we must have a good motivation, a positive thought process, a positive thought mechanism in our mind, in our soul. With that, we can have an adjustment mentality, a good philosophical frame of mind. We can provide a very beautiful ruling. Of course, he provided very good ruling to our country. We studied in our history. Like that, to conclude, I would like to say that how this can be cultivated. It is nothing, it is only just because of a spirit and challenge to life. If we cultivate the spirit and challenge to life, as Sarojini Naidu says in her poem Challenge to Fate, Sarojini Naidu, the Indian poetess, says in a beautiful poem Challenge to Fate, she says, "Oh God or fate, what can you do? You can't do anything to me. You can't defeat me. I mean, you make me blind, or you make me lame, or you make me physically handicapped, whatever it is. You can do whatever you want. You can create whatever trouble you can. But there is a challenging spirit in me. With that challenging spirit, charishma, I can forge ahead in my life. Because there is a positive thought mechanism in my life, in my mind. Once it is rooted very deep, I can achieve anything. I can be in the limelight, she says in that poem. So the short and long of the matter is that one should be provided with this kind of a spirit and challenge to life, to forge ahead very well, happily, with the positive thought mechanism in our life. This is a very important element where we must be very, very careful, vigilant in our day-to-day life. This is about positive thought mechanism. Well, thank you for watching, dear friends. If you are impressed with me, with this small discourse, kindly encourage me and give a subscribe. Thank you once again.